Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and BORSOG Trader. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family and the BORSOG clan. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 0.98% to 2959. Ethereum is up 0.93% to 1355. What we're going to do is a quick run through the crypto market. This is really important to understand how the sectors are moving in alignment with each other or out of alignment, as the case may be. Looking at DeFi, we can see DeFi total value locked, or TVL, has come up 4.46% to $80.27 billion. This market scan is incredibly valuable to refer back to at some point in the future. And what I'm going to do is just to read through the CTKS creed that primes us for profitability in the crypto market. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. We can see intersperse red and green in the crypto sectors. What you will find is opportunities reset every day. If you're alert to what is going on under the hood inside the engine of crypto, you will make profit. And the best way to do that is to apply Rule 621, buy on red, sell on green, or as we say, BORSOG. But BORSOG requires knowledge. You don't just buy something that's red. You have to do your analysis, mark up the chart with the CTKS method. Understand what the crypto market is doing, as well as what the main stock markets are doing also. And with BORSOG, it's an in and out method, especially at the moment. Start literally with coffee money and get into the synchronization with the market. You'll find when you get better at BORSOG, your portfolio will increase dramatically. A lot of people are talking about crypto winter. Some things do really well in winter, such as ski lodges. Just like the seasons in a year, it can't be summer all the time, and if it was, it'd be so boring. This is what we understand with BORSOG. Price is always moving in a wave, and we take advantage, and we get on the right side of the percentage. I would suggest that you go across from CryptoTradingKS and visit the BORSOG Trader group. I just shared different trades that I've made. It just gives you some kind of understanding as to what you can do in supposed crypto winter. But we're skiers, we like winter. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the Masterclass. All BORSOG trading is based on the understanding of the Masterclass, the tax software I use. If you're using Excel or some other program to do your taxes, it's not a good idea. Crypto is incredibly complex, and you always want to offset your fees as well, and that's totally legal to do. And if you get tax software, they'll pull all the fees in, and they can really mount up, so it's important to be aware of that. And you can also directly message me on Twitter at any time. As crypto technical analysts, we mark up our charts with the CTKS method. I'm currently working on a new video series to update and consolidate a lot of the questions that you've had about the CTKS method. I'll release that when I can. I'll let you know. And then we look at outside trends, checking world events, collecting probabilities, checking the stock markets. The charts tell us the truth. The media often just is very sensationalistic. Then we look back into the timing of the crypto market, finding the market's focus, Rule 32, understanding Rule 28, opportunities reset daily, and Rule 109, enhancing pattern recognition. These are critical skills to develop. Before we actually buy or sell, we must master emotional control. That's Rule 734. And we know professionals are not emotional. That's Rule 733. All investors become traders anytime they buy or sell, so it's important to beat self-doubt and self-sabotage. That's what the real wealth section of the masterclass is all about. And then we get into the trigger section where we have a wide variety of different methods that we can use to buy and sell. Together those methods constitute the BORSOG method. Rule 225, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. In the last trading session, we saw fear come down, which was a decrease in the VIX. What happened to price? It rallied up, and the futures are still rallying. Well, that's fantastic. Why is it fantastic, you say? I don't care about the stock market, I only care about crypto. I understand. I only care about crypto too. But we know that all markets are interdependent and intercorrelated. And what do we see with this blue line? And you say, Ken, what's that blue line? And if you're new, a very, very warm welcome to you. What you actually see with this blue line, this is Bitcoin's price action. You can see it following the directional bias of the NASDAQ. This is money in the bank if you can leverage these kinds of associations. It's following it right now. It doesn't mean it will always follow it. We have to be acutely aware that the market is always changing character. But for now, they're in alignment, and this suits us really, really well. We can see bond prices just crawling like a caterpillar. Literally, it looks like a caterpillar up this support line. Bonds, what are you doing? And bond yields are crawling down this resistance line. Ooh, what will happen? What do you think will happen with bond prices? Do you think they'll break through to the underside, break down? Do you think bond yields will break out or up? Or do you think they'll break down? Please let me know in the comments. And when we look at gold, gold has been under severe selling pressure. It's been going down and down and down. And we've had a very high confluence of resistance lines that unfortunately gold was not able to maintain its price above. So it fell down. Poor old gold. DXY, we can see the DXY is under pressure at the moment. It's currently under a resistance level. And when we look at oil, oil is starting to flatten out. This could be the very early stages of oil starting to rally again. That sounds really peculiar when you look at this particular chart, but if you've marked up a lot of charts like we do with the CTKS method, what you actually see is the selling pressure is decreasing at the moment. Does that mean it's guaranteed to go up from here? No, it's not guaranteed to do anything, but over time you'll see certain patterns that play out again and again. This is a weakening of selling pressure. You can see it's starting to bottom out. It may break across this resistance and start to go, but the stock market just moves like watching grass grow, so just be aware of that. When we look at the junk bonds, J and K, we can see them flipping up. And what happens when they flip up? Yes, the major indexes flip up. Oh, and what else? Bitcoin flips up. And what else? Your beloved alts go with it. Oh, go J and K. We love J and K. Looking at the crypto fear and greed index. Yeah, let's get into crypto. We love crypto. We can see the fear and greed index is currently 24. What was it yesterday? You got it. It was 21. So let's move it up. And what do we see here? We can see that there's been an enormous amount of fear inside the crypto market, like what happened back when we had the C19 Black Swan. And what's happening now? Optimism is slowly returning into the market. What a fantastic thing. Does this mean that we've found the bottom? Well, quite possibly. But the concept is, we BORSOG, we may have more negative price momentum. What you actually find with the markets in general, they tend to do this kind of thing, and then they tend to base, and then they tend to whipsaw people around and then make a strong move in either direction. It's very, very common. But I can show you an example. When we were looking around the 16th of July, just around here, 16th to 18th, we had this downplay, and then look what it did. Just always be aware of this kind of movement. I call it a fake out, and a lot of other people do too. It's very, very common. At the moment, I would suggest you BORSOG this market. BORSOG is not hodling, it's not DCA, it's not dollar cost averaging, it's getting in and getting out. And some people don't want to BORSOG, they just want to hodl. Go for it, you do whatever is good for you. Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. What is Bitcoin's gravity doing at the moment? We've looked at the main market. Please let me know in the comments. What's Bitcoin's gravity up to? Let's have a look at what Bitcoin's price is currently doing. We can see Bitcoin just hovering just a little bit below the $21,000 level, and it's very close to this B level of support at 20,800, and it's just under the C level of resistance at 21,231. Now let's look at the options market to try to determine what the options market is predicting for Bitcoin. Is it predicting that Bitcoin will go up or down? And we can often look at this as just an analysis of the max pain levels. Max pain is the price where the majority of options expire worthless. Okay, looking at max pain, we can see 21,000. It was predicting a bit of a flat market, but as we saw, Bitcoin's price went up, hit this resistance line, tried to come back, lost this sharper support line, and then come back to the max pain price. So Max Pain has been doing a very, very good job of predicting price for the past 4 sessions. Well done, Max Pain. Big award to you. Now, what do we see for the next couple of sessions? 21,000 and 21,500. So the options market is actually predicting upward price momentum. Now, does this always play out? Well, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. You can see the green is where the max pain price was set like this at one day and then it rose up on consecutive days. So that's what that green is about. The red is the exact opposite. The max pain was a certain level and the red came in and reduced it. Right now, what we've seen for the past 4 days, Max Pain has been a really, really good predictor of Bitcoin's price. Does that mean Max Pain will always predict Bitcoin's price? Not at all, as you can see, but it's a really good probability. And we'd like to put the jigsaw puzzle together. Every single piece of data gives you another detective clue. You are a crypto detective now. Inside the masterclass, you'll see so many clues that you can gather. We do about maybe 5% of the clues here. There's so many more. Also, inside the masterclass, I share my live charts. You can see that this live chart is shared in TG34. So what's happening with the longs and the shorts? The shorts, as measured through this red line, the shorts are coming out of the market. Why are they coming out of the market? Because the price isn't going down. What about the longs? The longs came in and now they're coming out of the market. Well, that's interesting. Why is that? Because they're also getting liquidated. And what we need to do is to look at the derivatives data to see what side is currently dominating what other side. Are the shorts in control or are the longs in control? Who's getting liquidated more? And they're always liquidating each other. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 147.56 million in liquidations across nearly 42,000 positions. And when we look to total liquidations across the past 24 hours, about 53% have been long. What about the past 12 hours? Say 57% long. What about the past 4 hours? Ooh, it's gone the other way, 70% short. What about the past hour? 60% short. The shorts and longs are always liquidating each other. They have so much fun together. And what we see when we look at the daily basis, the shorts and longs are marginally more liquidations than the shorts, but the day before it was exactly the opposite way around. The shorts were getting hit and the longs were getting hit, but not to the same degree. And the day before that, the shorts really got whacked. And the day before that, they got whacked again. And you can see the shorts and the longs are always existing in this symbiotic, I'm going to liquidate you, no, I'm going to liquidate you, no, I'm going to liquidate you. And each side liquidates the other all over the place. And what actually happens when the longs get liquidated, that is associated with downward price progression. When the shorts get liquidated, that is associated with upwards price progression. Something also quite good to look at is Bitcoin percent supply in profit. We know Bitcoin rules the crypto universe, so therefore we must pay attention to Bitcoin. Bitcoin demands it. And what are we actually seeing here? With past capitulations, we've actually entered this green zone. When we had the C19 US liquidity crisis, another black swan. We entered this green zone. When we had capitulation in the previous cycle, before the previous cycle, we also entered the green zone. Could we enter the green zone? Yes, we could enter the green zone. It's possible. We've had so many black swans. It's been absolutely outrageous. We've had about 7 or 8 black swans during this time of Bitcoin's history. Bitcoin weathered the storm really, really well until the 8th black swan came along and said, oh, okay, I give up. I need to chill. And that's what price has been doing. We were expecting much, much higher prices, but black swans do make a difference. For example, this was the C19 US liquidity crisis, and look what it did to price. Price fell absolutely dramatically. And what about the percent profit in supply? It fell dramatically or traumatically as well. What we see is external events do impact Bitcoin's price, and Bitcoin's price in turn affects your beloved's alt price. And so all of these black swans drove the price down when everybody was expecting the prices would go higher. Does this mean we have to enter the green zone? No, not necessarily. We could get a bottoming out and it may rally from here. We have to be really, really fluid and just move inside the market's dynamics. That's why I suggest to people, just BORSOG at the moment. Start with coffee money. Just take a certain percentage of your investing portfolio, say 5%, and just do the cheapest possible trade that you can do for your particular exchange. Some exchanges, that's as little as $1. Others, it's $10. And you just use coffee money. Depending on how big your portfolio is, that will determine what a coffee is. For some people, a coffee trade is $1,000 or $5,000 or $500 or $200 or $100. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what other people are doing. What matters is that you get into synchronization with the market. There's always opportunities in the crypto market. Remember, ski lodges operate in winter. Crypto winter doesn't mean a damn thing to us. What we look and say, well, we love the snow, we're in. It takes a really long time to learn this, but this cartoon is actually wisdom in operation. When prices go up, everybody gets really, really happy. When prices come down, everybody leaves the dance floor. They just say, I'm out, I'm gone, it's winter. And then the price magically comes up when nobody's there. How does it do that? It's a mystery, isn't it? No, it's not a mystery. It's professionals. Professionals do it. And they call the herd back. And what happens? It goes up again and people get happy, apprehensively happy, and then it crashes again. And this is what you always want to keep in mind. When price is going up, everybody is really, really thrilled. But they're on the wrong side of the percentage. When it goes down and people are in down here, they don't have to pick the bottom. The bottom is not the critical thing. Just participating at the right time is the critical thing. Note how price is going up. There's no one there because the best music always plays on an empty dance floor, and it attracts the silent smart money. And they're bidding up the price. They're already up so much now. And they've called retail back in. Retail's buying. It's getting happy, but apprehensively so. And then it comes down again. What is actually occurring here? Price is always moving in a wave, but retail doesn't think that. They think as soon as price comes down, it will go down forever. And as soon as price goes up, it will go up forever. This is simply not the probability of the market. The markets are always moving in a wave. And inside the masterclass, I do deep dives on recession trading, war trading, all sorts of things. There's always profit in markets. Just think about it this way. The institutions never pack up and close their doors when the price goes down. And it can go down rather harshly, but they're still around. They're still doing their thing. But retail runs from it. And they talk about winter. There is no winter. We understand that the futures, the NASDAQ futures are up. We understand the options market is assuming that higher prices will come. But we have to keep our eye on the technical structure of the market. We can see that we've formed a retracement here. We're actually holding support at the moment. If we continue to hold support, we have to get above this 21,231 line and then up to attack this 21,600 area. Now, if we drop below, we have support at 20,800, but we could also drop to 20,327. We always have our three-dimensional thinking always playing out, and we always think what could go against us first, but we have a positive expectation that we can make profit because we analyze the market correctly. We just use the concept of BORSOG ANF because we know we control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. Just think about it like a traffic light. Things can go against you, they stop you. That's like the red light. Things can go nowhere, that undecided factor. It's either going to stop or it's going to go. And things can go for you. You get the green light. Everybody tends to think about what goes for you. With BORSOG ANF, we actually think what goes against us first, what could go neutral or nowhere, and what could go for us last. This is all a part of three-dimensional decision making, and every professional does it. I'd like to extend a very warm congratulations to all of the community members who've done really, really well with their BORSOG trades. You're absolute legends. And it doesn't matter if you score a 2%, a 5%, a 10%, whatever. And it doesn't matter how much money you put on the line. I've seen people doing $1 trades. What they're actually doing, and this is counterintuitive, they are actually keeping their costs low for learning. The market is always causing a cost of learning, and this is just part and parcel of all financial markets. Crypto, the stock market, Forex, precious metals, they're all the same. But when you keep those costs low and you learn the market, you're actually learning to master your own emotional state, and people's emotional states are so important. That's rule 570, psychology sets profitability, or another rule is master yourself to master the market. You must master yourself first before you can master the market. A lot of people have a great deal of trouble facing their fears when it comes to money, and it can be really, really difficult. My heart goes out to you. Everybody always starts in that position when they get into the market for the first time. So it's just a learning experience. If you start small and scale, that's the way to go. You'll still feel exactly the same emotions as you would feel if you put on larger amounts. And what you're trying to do is to master your emotional state, because your psychology sets your profitability. There are always opportunities in the deepest, darkest red. When all the market is selling off, there are still opportunities. You just have to know how to find them. But when we look across the past 24 hours, the greatest gainers, LDO up 20%, T-Fuel up 14%, Ethereum Classic up 14%, Filecoin up 7.5%, Ape up 6%, Matic up 5%, Decred nearly 4.5% up. And turning the other way, the greatest losers in the top 100 across the past 24 hours, Curve down nearly 6%, Synthetics 5.2% down, ZEC 4.7% down, Sandbox 4.64% down, Uni 3% down, Rune 3.3%, and Chili's around 3% down. Many people look at a market like this and say, oh, it's all red, I don't want to look at the market today. It's literally like they're getting forced off the dance floor when the red is there. But let's have a look at the top 200. We can see the largest 24-hour percent gainers. Time up 178%, Den up a little over 20%, Secret nearly 9% up, PYR nearly 9% up, Audio a little over 7% up, XCH about 6.5% up. You can see there are always opportunities in the market. On the deepest, darkest red, there's always green shining around, but you've got to find it. Let's have a look at the top crypto projects. What do we see? Bitcoin over this resistance, making its way up. It's starting to wobble around a bit. It's starting, you can see it just with your eye. If you've been trading with the CTKS method, you already know what this crypto is doing. And we can see it's just a little bit under resistance. Could it come back to here? Absolutely. And retracements are always healthy. Price is always moving in a wave. It goes down and comes up, goes down, comes up. That's what they do. That's what all financial instruments do. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's gravity in relationship to Ethereum. Ethereum is just bolting out the gate at the moment. It's doing really, really well with news of the release of the upcoming merge. Wow, that sounds so cool. Let's have a look at Binance Coin, also doing quite well, but also following Bitcoin's gravity. You will see this time and time and time again. Bitcoin's gravity is really, really strong. If you've ever wondered, oh, why did my crypto go down? What's the answer? Please let me know in the comments. XRP, following Bitcoin's gravity, you can see over-exaggeration and to the upside and to the downside. That's why looking at gravitational bias is really, really important. Look at ADA. ADA is starting to rally a bit. Wow, go ADA. Good on you, Charles. Fantastic. What about Solana? Ooh, the other thing to remember, BORSOG is got nothing at all to do with any form of leverage trade. You don't short, you don't long under leverage with BORSOG. You buy at spot and then you just get into synchronization with the market, setting correct targets on where you will enter and exit. So that's really cool to know. And so many people can actually go long, but very few people can go short. And if you go short, you may confuse it and think you're going long and end up creating an absolute disaster. So you've got to be careful with going short. Let's have a look at Solana. It's doing really, really well. Solana has been showing tremendous strength, but it showed tremendous weakness back in the past with the hacks and all sorts of things that were going on. Doge is showing weakness, but it was showing a lot of strength previously. This is why I say the strong can become weak and the weak can become strong. Let's have a look at DOT. DOT is becoming strong. It was actually incredibly weak previously, but it's getting there. Good on you, Gavin. You're doing well. There are two fundamental forms of wealth that every person seeks. One is financial, the other is emotional. And emotional wealth you can have right now. It's a decision. You just choose to be happy. The foundation of emotional wealth is happiness. But how do you get to happiness? You have to have gratitude. Why do you have to have gratitude? Because if you're always looking at what you don't have, you will not have inner peace, and likely you will not have outer peace. We can't control the world. It's hard enough to control ourselves. If you've ever tried to diet or exercise or do anything, it's kind of hard. So that's why we must be persistent and committed to our pursuit of gratitude. Gratitude creates inner peace. It creates outer peace. There's so many absolutely miserable rich people in the world. They have financial wealth, but they have absolutely no inner peace and no outer peace. That's a tragedy. Money is not the measure of someone's success. Happiness is. When you get happiness, you're already wealthy. And of course, financial wealth, you should have that as well. And you can, if you know how to put the effort and the work in. All the time I hear people saying, I want to get rich, but I'm not going to do any work. And I'm not going to put my persistence or commitment in. And I'm not going to learn anything. I just expect it to happen. And those people get really angry when they lose their money. Of course they're going to lose their money because you have to put in the hard work. If you want to get rich quick, you'll get poor quick. And as being in financial markets for more than 30 years, I've seen this firsthand. Of course, I started exactly the same way. I thought, oh, I'm going to get rich quick. And you don't. You get smashed quick. So you can see persistence and commitment actually drive both forms of wealth. They drive financial success. And the only way to get financial success is through learning and humility. If you already know it all, that's not showing humility, even if you think you do. This knowledge is too great. We can't know it all. We can only know a small part of it. So learning is critical, and learning all the time is critical. So learning and humility with persistence and commitment will drive financial success. But what is the point of financial success if we don't have happiness? If you're miserable and rich, what's the point? You actually want to be happy on the way through. So many people spend their lives fighting other people, thinking the world is against them. The world is not against anyone. The universe is for you. The universe wants you to succeed, but it will not allow people to succeed without gratitude, inner and outer peace. And this is a really interesting thing because there are two ways to succeed in life. One is internally and one is externally. Which one do you think is more important and why? Please let me know in the comments. Let's have a look at the Metaverse plays. We can see Decentraland, Mana, just retracing, and we can see Bitcoin's gravity forcing it around. What about Ape? Ape is aping it. It says, no Bitcoin's gravity, you'll have nothing to do with me. I'm going to over-exaggerate your up moves and minimize your down moves. And that is exactly what Ape is doing. Let's have a look at Sand. Sand is a little bit weaker, but it's following Bitcoin's gravity. This is the thing with Bitcoin's gravity. It's really, really powerful, and it plays out across the entire crypto market. I remember when I started this channel over a year ago, nobody did overlays. Everybody was just looking at one chart, and now I see everybody overlaying everything everywhere. I'm so happy. That is fantastic. That really helps people out. When we look at Stacks, we see this directional bias of Bitcoin, and Stacks is just obeying that. Look at WaxP, that's a little bit different. Under gravity and Bitcoin pumping up, and then Stacks pumping up later. Keep that one in mind. These are always really, really good to see these differential patterns. Engine Coin, following Bitcoin's gravity. What about Theta? We saw Theta just rallying up just recently. Go Theta. And what about Axie Infinity? It's decided to rally too. Go Axie. Let's have a look at file sharing. What do we see here? Look at the gravitational pull of Bitcoin. And what do we see? Filecoin just going for it. It's having a party at the moment. Go File. Arweave, which was really, really strong, is having a minor retracement at the moment. Look at Hollow. Look at this spike in Filecoin. Look at this spike in Hollow, or Hot. Hot is Hollow. I just still can't get it. Anyway, it should be Hollow. Anyway, let's have a look. What you actually see is that Bitcoin's gravity is coming down when Hot decided to go, yeah, I'm going to have none of that. I'm going to party instead. And it's spiked up. Well done to all the BORSOGers that had Hot. Let's have a look at Storage. Storage is just following Bitcoin's gravity. Anchor, following Bitcoin's gravity. Sia Coin is way under. What tends to happen when something is way under? Please let me know in the comments. It's a very important concept, and you can actually see the answer in Sia Coin already. Let's have a look at Flux, following Bitcoin's gravity. And Ocean, also following Bitcoin's gravity. As crypto technical analysts, we scientifically track investor attention. What is this particular pattern on synthetics telling you right now? Please let me know in the comments. Crypto.com, following Bitcoin's gravity with more strength at the moment. We can see Secret Network under Bitcoin's directional gravity, but look at that spike recently. I want to show you something on Nexo because I think it's really important to understand how the crypto space works. We recently saw Nexo just bite the dust. It came down about 16%, and this would scare a lot of people out of the market. But then what happened next? Things moved in Nexo's favor, and where did they end up? Up here. You can see it came down 15.9%, but it went up 23.79%. This is how crypto is always working. It comes down and it goes up. If you BORSOG correctly, you can do very, very well, and it doesn't matter what the market condition is. And don't forget, you're not hodling when it comes to BORSOG. You're turning it over. It's like you've got a shop and this particular thing is a product that you buy. You're just recycling your money. You're just putting the money in and taking the money out, and you're trying to do it as quickly as you can. And it really doesn't matter what the percentage is, so long as it's positive. A lot of people are seeking really, really big returns, but if you did 2% per day, you would grow $100 into $138,000 if you kept on rolling it over the total amount. And you can do this in a variety of different ways. So when you think about small percentage gains, they really, really add up. You don't need to chase 10, 20, 30% gains, 100%, 500%, 5,000%. Frequently, people talking about those kind of gains, like what's the next 50xer? It's just really, really early stage investment and trading. Seasoned investors and traders don't even care about those X's. We know how to make them without it. Just use a small percentage. And that's why I developed or invented BORSOG trading, because it's a new style of trading which combines all the elements of the masterclass, all the things that you need to know, but it does so, it executes it in such a way that you can make consistent gains no matter what the market is doing. When you're in a bull market, it's really hard to BORSOG because, I'll show you actually. People literally don't want to know about BORSOG trading in a bull market because they're unsure of how to sell, and they're unsure how to scale in and scale out of different trades. And when you look at, for example, at LDO over the past, for example, 5-6 days has come up 216%. That's a lot. When you're BORSOGing, you don't care about this. You've got so many different opportunities that you have on your radar. You're consistently trying to seek a manageable return. Remember, LDO is a bit of a far out token in this case. It's gone up and up and up, and we'll probably see it crash down at some point as well. This is just the way the crypto does things. But the understanding is, when you're in a bull market, people want to hold on, and they want the biggest percentage return. When it comes to BORSOG, you're always in and out, 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 in and out. You're doing something completely different, and that requires the requirement to do that, and you get that in these market conditions, and you don't get it in bull market conditions. But you can use BORSOG in a bull market without any issue. So just to reiterate, when you BORSOG in a bull market, people feel like they've missed out on the gain, the big gain. So they don't want to do that. They want to do accumulation trading. But as we saw in the last bull run, because of so many black swans, Bitcoin just couldn't repair itself, which meant the alts couldn't repair themselves either. It caught everybody by surprise. But you can BORSOG in any market, and it's very profitable. Let's have a look at EGLD, just following Bitcoin's gravity. IOTA, following Bitcoin's gravity. Steam is under Bitcoin's gravity. And LDO, just going absolutely bananas. We know that there are two forms of wealth, one financial and one emotional. And the emotional wealth is the real key to life. Being happy is very, very important. And I asked a few episodes ago, the community, what things make you happy? What gives you gratefulness on a daily basis? And Oscar said, morning meditation primes him for an abundance mindset. And he used Tony Robbins' quote, you can't be grateful and angry at the same time. That's a brilliant quote. And morning meditation and this abundance mindset, focusing on gratitude, puts Oscar in a good mood on a daily basis. Fantastic sharing. Thanks, Oscar. And Beardy had a really beautiful comment. I am grateful for my family and for my online CTKS family. It's really turned a light on in my life where there was some darkness. Beautiful, Beardy, and we love it that you're here. Badger said something beautiful. Extracting gratitude from every day is important, especially on the harder days. Each day is a blessing and a chance to do better. There is always much to be thankful for in each day. Waking up is the first of them. Gratitude opens the doors to happiness. count your blessings each day. You will see that there are many. Very beautiful words. Very beautiful, Badger. Al had a really beautiful statement too. How do I extract gratitude from each day? Admittedly, some days can be extremely difficult. However, I find that no matter how bad the day gets, when I look for reasons to be grateful, there's always something or someone who will show you the light. I make a point of counting my many blessings at the end of each day. Even better when I start the day this way. Really beautiful, Al. Remember, happiness is a choice. It is not and never was dependent on other people. You don't have to control anything in life to get happiness. You just have to go within and be grateful. Thank you so much, Al, for sharing that. Extracting gratitude from every day is such an important thing to do. Like Al said, if you look, you're going to find it. Many people think that trading and investing is all about getting the right indicator, getting the right buy or sell level. It's about getting the right mindset first. And that's why I actually focus so much on the mindset in our particular beloved community, because it's so important. I can't underestimate how important it is for your profit, but most of all for your happiness. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use, and links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please use those links to seek out an ambassador to get 80% off. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.